Everybody, welcome to Zoom in the 21st century. My name is Kevin Koval. I'm a poet and an educator, the artistic director of an organization in Chicago called Young Chicago Authors, and we're a youth arts organization. And so we're very excited to welcome you into the space and to build with you all. And so what I would love to do, I guess as a way or a form of introduction, is if we could just go around this virtual room and have everybody introduce themselves, say your name. You could say where you come from in Chicago, in the Chicagoland area. That might be your neighborhood or your block. And in Donegal, we don't know where y'all come from. So I don't know if they're like neighborhoods in Donegal or, certain, blocks y'all represent or whatever.
So my name is Inari. I'm from the south side of Chicago, born and raised.
Hi, I'm Aaliyah. I'm from Letterkenny, which is in Donegal again. Hello.
My name is Anaya. I go by Naya. I'm from the south side of Chicago, hailing from the Roseland community.
Hi, I'm Oliver. I'm from Buncrana.
Hey, I'm Laya. I'm from the northern suburbs of Chicago, so not directly in the city.
Hiya. My name is Naomi. I'm 18 and I live in Letterkenny.
Hi, my name's Tanisha. I'm 17.
Hi, I'm Sophia. I am from Buncrana in Donegal.
I'm Penelope. I'm from the northern suburbs of Chicago, from a suburb called Lincolnwood.
I'm Shifra. I live in Nilara.
My name is Alan. I'm from Oak Park, but no one knows where that is. So usually I just say I'm from Chicago.
And my name is Hope. I'm 17 years old.
Hi, I'm Salem. I'm from a really tiny town on the coast of Ireland called Filcara.
Hello everyone. My name is Amara. I'm from Chicago.
Hi, I'm Fallon. I'm 21.
My name is Micah. I'm 18.
I'm actually from over the border in Jerry. I work here. I'm pleading the Fifth Amendment on my age and not saying my age, But I love working here and these are all good guys. And nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm Kayla from Letterkenny.
I'm Ryan. I'm from Letterkenny as well.
I'm Kyla. I'm 17.
Yeah, I'm Evan. I'm 18 and I'm from Gordon.
If y'all see me smiling throughout this whole thing, I just think this is so cool how we get to meet people from different countries. I feel like it's really dope. And my fun fact, my little sister's name is Ireland. So all of the names start with I. So that's pretty cool. Right.
So y'all, it's good to see everybody. It's good to hear everybody. As I said up top, we are a youth arts organization. We kind of focus on a number of different kinds of arts, but specifically, we do a lot around the literary arts. And so I was thinking as a good way to get to know one another, we could collectively do a writing workshop together. I know y'all in Ireland not only have a rich tradition of literature and storytellers, but I know that there is I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, but there is a Irish tradition of storytelling called the Shanachie or something like that. Am I right? And that was very important. When I was learning about that tradition in Ireland, it reminded me of, kind of like some, almost like a contemporary rapper in the States, and so I wanted us today to do a classic writing exercise that I've done many times before. We have not yet done with this crew, with the Bomb Squad crew in Chicago yet, although some of them are probably familiar with the text, but I thought it was a good way to introduce ourselves to one another. And so I'm going to ask you all, if you don't have something already, to get something to write with and write on. And we're going to make a quick list before we look at some of these texts. Let's just begin by writing down the names of the streets that are around our home. What are the names of some of the streets that are around our home? Name some of the animals that you see around your home. What are some of the holidays that are celebrated in your town or in your city? What are some of the words or phrases you hear a lot in or around your house?
Does it have to be PG?
No, definitely. I mean, look, I don't believe in censorship. I am not a totalitarian, unlike, current leaders in the States. What are things that in your town, in your neighborhood, what are things that people are afraid of? Second to last question, what are some things people hope for in your house, in your neighborhood, in your town? Finally, if you were to go outside your house, if you were to go for a walk, what would be some of the beautiful things you would see, or what's the most beautiful thing you would see if you stood outside your house? I wanted us to look at two pieces that I really love and admire in terms of the writing and in terms of, I think, what they're getting at in these pieces. So the first, we're gonna listen to a verse in one of my favorite songs of all time. It's from a crew called Black Star. All right, I'm gonna play it for y'all, and we will talk briefly about it. Just follow along with the lyric. Even if it's in your head, even if you're not reading the text, just, maybe note things in the text that you find compelling or interesting, a line that grabs your attention or imagination, and then we'll talk briefly about the text afterwards. So this is the first verse of Black Star's Respiration.
The new moon rode high in the crown of the metropolis, shining like who on top of this? People was hustling, arguing and bustling. Gangsters of Gotham, hardcore hustling.
I really enjoyed that line. We New York, the narcotics, draped in metal and fiber optics. Yeah.
I think it's cool, the rhyming of colossus and preposterous. And explain the line before then, hard knuckles on the second hands of working class watches.
Yeah, well, first of all, that's one of my favorite lines, but what do you think about it? I mean, what do you think it means? Or this is for anybody. Yeah. You have no clue.
I don't know, maybe it sounds like fighting maybe, or the constant struggle of always having to work to make a living.
I liked the sampling of the woman reading it in Spanish. I thought it was interesting. Actually, the whole kind of conversation before it sounds like what the city sounds like.
Everyone could see this. So y'all, I'm about to share a poem that I love from a poet who means a lot to our program in Chicago. He is a Black and Puerto Rican writer from Spanish Harlem in New York. Willie Pardomo is the author of many books, and this is from Willie's first book. The book is called Where a Nickel Costs a Dime, and it's an examination of his time in Spanish Harlem. This is Where I'm From by Woodley Perdomo. Because she liked the kind of music that I listened to, and she liked the way I walked as well as the way I talked, she always wanted to know where I was from. If I said I was from 110th Street and Lexington Avenue, right in the heart of a transported Puerto Rican town where the Hoda daughters live and night turns to day without sleep, do you think then she might know where I was from? Where I'm from, Puerto Rico stays on our minds when the fresh breeze of café con leche y pan con mantequilla comes through our half-open windows and under our doors while the sun starts to rise.
He paints where he's from. He's honest about where he's from. I think that it's hard to be honest and not either you romanticize it or you can demonize where you grew up or where you're living.
It's neither good nor bad, that he kind of exposes the whole of it, and there isn't really a judgment. I think it's important when we're writing not to judge ourselves and not to judge what we're writing about. That, our job as the writer is to show, and we can trust the reader to make whatever judgment they want, but our job is to kind of paint those pictures, as you say. I just want to point out for everybody a few things that Willie's doing that I think is notable. I love this piece, but I think technically, poetically, the use of the repetition, the where I'm from, works. It's the technique is called Anaphora, but it's just when you make a poem kind of like a song by repeating the same word or phrase again and again. So what I would like us to do is be inspired by Willie's piece, be inspired by Mos Def's piece, but create our own Where I'm From piece. We made a list up top that I would like you to look back on now and use as a springboard of sorts, a kind of inspiration, but don't be limited to what is on that page. What I would like you to do is cancel any editor that exists in your head right now. Don't worry about what it is you say or won't say. Just let it come out of you. Just be free with yourself. Be kind to yourself. And I think we're all set then. Good luck to you. Go in. Be nice to yourself. Be nasty with the pen. Good luck. We'll see you in about 20 minutes. So y'all, I would love to hear what happened. We could go around and start to share these. Also, it'll give us a little insight, of course, to what's happening on the other side of the pond. So, you know, would love to hear both from Chicago folks, would love to hear from Irish folks, and yeah, go from there. So I guess maybe we could throw to Ireland first, if there's folks who want to read. Kesha, if any of your folks want to read, or if some of the KidsOwn folks want to read, we could throw it around there first.
I really hope that someone from Donegal Youth Service wants to read something. Who's going first?
Where I'm from, the grass is green and the towns are small. We smile and nod at one another in the streets. Most of us are born to earn a lowly farmer's wage, and some of us can't even read our own names in the dole farm. I want to explain where I'm from abruptly, with no lies or fables about the town. We tell a lot of stories in pubs across the sticky floor, which has been trampled like our native tongue. We sing lines from areas passed down by our grandparents. And you might smell turf and seaweed and hear cockle shells, or hear the sounds of an ambulance call, as another use has been lost on our back road bends. Where I'm from is slipping away as it is commercialized by the TV adverts which play and repeat, and are forcing clones of people that are already across the sea.
Yo, let's go. Good work, Ryan. Yeah, man. Good work. In Chicago, man, we snap after a poem a lot of times. So there's a lot of folks in the chat snapping right now. But that was dope, man. It was really, really beautiful. Yeah. Thank you for sharing.
Cheers.
Thank you. Should we throw to KidsOwn?
I imagine the pretty girl in the airplane 2 rows down from me talking to me when I see her come back from locking her bags in. She's got a story, I can tell. Her bag is old, shambles, and her smile is toothy, and she could barely be older than me. In my head, she turns and we talk because I'm bored, my mother's sleeping, my sister's sleeping, and she's got a story, I can tell. That's an interesting accent, she says. Where are you from? I think to tell her of my granddad's cattle farm, all my aunts and uncles' houses in rows in front of fields of green grass and black plastic bags hay. I learned to drive a quad last month. My dad learned it. I think to tell her that my family owns this land, that we owned it even when the English did, 150 years and the census agrees. I think of how it's the outskirts of a town in the thick of Donegal, where the river runs down my back garden, all the way from the mass rock where my ancestors used to pray. I wonder what they think of me. I think of the forest up the road, just a stretch, an English mile, that whines, and that my aunt's makes my aunt touch my hands with theirs, shaky, strong, and wrinkled, and warn me not to go alone. I go alone anyway, because it's only ghosts anymore. I think of warm Boxing Day squished in my sitting room, the fire roaring, and Christmas tree swaying, and I think, yes, I'll beat the world into being kind just for today. But I stop imagining the pretty girl. I ask for her story, because I know mine.
Let's go. Dang. All right. Man, y'all, pen game very high in Ireland, no surprise. Really beautiful work, y'all.
A house louder than crickets in August. 1.5 stories rickety like Jenga. Creaking floorboards ready to blow onto the winding avenue. Quesadillas and pancakes flipped over the same fire. Peanut butter and hot coffee for dinner. 5 a.m. vacuuming when my mom dreams nightmares. My dad whining a song in the backyard like a terrible trumpet.
All right, y'all. Well, good job all around. You know, the prompt clearly works even across the ocean. So thank you, Chicago. Thank you, Ireland, for sharing your work and your words and your stories about where you come from. They had bars. Those pieces were hard body karate. Like those were, like, they could write, you know?
Man, I just want to say, I thought that was raw as hell. Like, we just was like talking to people halfway across the world. I ain't never did that, ever. But yeah, that was definitely dope.
Hey, yes, y'all. Hope you are well. This is Kevin Covell again. We just had this amazing session with our friends across the pond who have become our family now, our comrades, and just salute to everyone who participated. And we look forward to more Chicago, Ireland exchanges. It seems like, in some ways, not surprisingly, that there's so much that we share in common, although there are, of course, many, many differences, and we want to explore and highlight and honor and know those differences. But of course, at the end of the day, there's also, so much that we share, and I think that's the power of poetry, is really kind of uplifting what makes us unique, and in doing so, we realize that we also share a lot. So continue to do this work, continue to tell your story, continue to hone your craft, continue to read, continue to write, continue to gather together in community. And we look forward to the next time that we have the opportunity to build with you all. So I can say this, Young Chicago Authors is very interested and dedicated to finding more spaces that we might be able to share together in the future, in the virtual space, and hopefully maybe one day we can go over there and y'all could come. We would love to host you all in Chicago. So look forward to all of this, and thank you for the opportunity. Look forward to seeing you again soon.